I'm Darren Karp, and my first guest today is none other than actor, writer, host extraordinaire. It is the hilarious Joel McHale. How you doing, Joel?
Thank you. Thank you.
Crowd goes wild. Woo!
Thank you. Yes.
There he is. There he is.
Thank you. Thank you, Darren.
All right, crowd, we got to diet down because I need to talk to Joel over here.
Diet down. Did you say diet down?
Now, Joel, how have you been keeping busy during 2020 and quarantine? How are things at home?
I've been dying it down, Darren. I like to dial things down. I don't murder to calm down.
Not your hair, though. Your hair is not dialed down. It seems to be at an 11 this morning.
Again, I told you, this is my Robin Thicke. My hair has come a long way in the last few years. What have I been doing? You're looking at it, talking into this computer endlessly. And COVID is, it sucks. And I have a 12 and 15-year-old, and they're not being driven mad or anything. It's been strangely very busy. I think when I talk to people mostly who don't have kids, they're like, I'm just so bored. I'm like, we come over to my house and do some work? Yeah. I'm busy. It's just a different kind of busy. And it's been it has been actually strangely busy. We just shot Card Sharks for the last week. And we thankfully, they did, I have to give Fremantle all sorts of props because they set up a very safe system that worked really well. And we did it, and everyone was safe, and it was great.
So you did it in person. You didn't shoot it remotely, Card Sharks.
We did it. Yeah, we did it in person, and they worked on it for months. This system, it was basically different zones where I was one of the only people that could go through every zone. And the zones were painted off. Every door was guarded by someone. You could not pass through that door unless you had the pass. We took 6 days to shoot the show. Obviously, it was a very truncated shooting schedule because they wanted to be short and sweet and done. I had 3 COVID tests. One, literally the day before to make sure, then during, and then very at the end to make sure everything was good. And they did a great job. And the contestants were separated. And the only time I actually had my mask off was when I actually was standing on stage alone. And the contestants were always about 25 feet away. And there was air rolling through the thing the whole time. It was really well done. Yeah. It really showed that you can shoot something safely in town. At that point, I think it was just us and The Mandalorian shooting. So, because The Mandalorian also is shot on a soundstage contained to itself. And so hopefully it will allow all these shows to do more while being very safe.
Yeah, I'm hoping, and I'm a huge game show fan. So, this is good news for me. And I want to actually talk to you about To Tell the Truth, because you're no stranger to game shows. What makes To Tell the Truth, though, so much fun for you?
I hate it. I don't like it. It's boring. It's not as good as Card Sharks. What makes it so fun? Well, Anthony Anderson is talentless and not nice and not funny.
He seems horrible. His mom seems horrible too. Horrible.
His mom barely saves the show. I think To Tell the Truth, on a metaphysical level, appeals. I swear, like those unboxing videos on YouTube where just open it. I want to see what's in it. That's what that show does. It tickles that nerve where you were like, wait, what is? I need to find this out. And that is why the show is really compelling and why it's been around since, for over 50 years. So, and then of course you bring in Anthony, who's really funny. I've gotten to be on it over the years a couple times, and I got to be with Mel Brooks. I mean, he was one of the guys, and so I was like, "Oh, I hate bucket lists," but to meet that guy and to hang out with him for a second was just like, well, I can die
Dream over. Yeah, right. I mean, come on. What is your technique in guessing who's lying and who's not? I mean, is it like a physical thing that you're looking out for? Is it a tone in their voice? What's your strategy here?
Yes, I look for physical things. First, I find out if they're human beings, and then I'm like,
that's pretty key.
check, human, and then no, the first time I played, I guessed right on everything, and I was like, I'm the mayor up to tell the truth, and like the last 2 times I've done it, I was so wrong every time. And so
you got too cocky.
Yeah, I flew too close to the sun, Darren.
Yeah.
And so I don't know. They're very good. The actors are really good. You know, the people who are not the person are always very good, and it's very confusing. And it drives me out of my mind, and it really upsets me when I get it wrong. And I've gotten you get this weird little crown when you really suck, and I've gotten that like 3 times.
I think we call that a dunce cap, but yeah, crown, sure. We'll use it's fine.
It's a crown.
Yeah, sure.
My brain is too full of other things to guess right. Come on, Darren.
Well, not only are the actors really good, but you know, your fellow judges are pretty good in general. And your episode, you've been joined by Oliver Hudson, Nikki Glazer, Vivica A. Fox. Who would you say is the best at playing the game out of all of you?
In that episode, that's hard to say. I think it was a tie between Oliver and Nikki.
Wow.
I don't remember. No, I mean, they were all good. Vivica was pretty good. She got a couple that nobody got, and it just jumps around. I think that is one of the episodes where I think I got it all wrong. So I was the ninth.
You were the dunce cap. You were the dunce cap.
Yeah, it was bad. I failed. I failed Anthony Anderson. Here's the thing about Anthony. He, as you know, all of his jobs are failures. And so this is the last thing, because I don't think Blackish is ever going to, I don't know if
it's not going to take off. It's just, it's got no legs.
It'll be a thing. Anyway, I don't know. Do you really watch game shows?
Yeah, huge game show. Huge. I want to be a game show host. That's my dream. So
how old are you? Like 25?
I'm 32.
Do you have other friends that love game shows?
Nope, just me.
I rarely get, only older people recognize me for Card Sharks, but then I went to a football game and they're like, this kid was like, yo, Card Sharks. Yo, Card Sharks. I'm like, hey, a young person.